Tic-tac. Tic-tac. Tic-tac.
Real Madrid have reportedly agreed the deal to bring Kylian Mbappé to the Bernabeu next season. This is the report coming out of Spain this evening. We're going to delve into that in more detail. Other reports coming out of Spain and out of the capital of Madrid relate to Saúl Ñíguez, and Manchester United's reported intent to sign Saúl Ñíguez to bring the current Atletico Madrid midfielder, maybe poised for a move to Chelsea, to Old Trafford. And Borussia Dortmund are pushing to land Kieran Trippier. Borussia Dortmund are looking to land Diogo Dalot, the Manchester United cover at right back, on loan with an option to buy next summer. Could these two deals relating to Manchester United be about to have a knock-on effect? Jesse Lingard, earlier on today, we mentioned, linked with that big move to West Ham United. Now Dalot, the right back, linked with a move to Borussia Dortmund. Could this trigger Trippier and the midfield player to come into Old Trafford with the sale of those two current players? All that, the Mbappe news to follow. Make sure you hit that like and share button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. Claim here from verified journalist Jose Felix Diaz that Kylian Mbappé to Real Madrid is done. This has been shared, as you can see, trending massively, over 1,500 quote tweets, over 1,100 likes in relation to this news. Reportedly, Kylian Mbappé to Real Madrid is done. Only time will tell if this claim is true, but it could be one of the biggest transfers in the history of football. Kylian Mbappé from Paris Saint-Germain to Real Madrid. What are your thoughts and your feelings on this, ladies and gentlemen? Tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. Could it be on the way?
Tic-tac.
It could be. It could be on the way. Who knows? Could it be?
Tic-tac.
It could be. Tic-tac on the way here. I want your thoughts. That guy's my new hero. I don't even know why, but he is my new hero. Jose Felix Diaz was with Victor Mano the other day on Twitch, so very reliable. There we go. I don't know too much about him, as you know, on the terrace. We'll share the news. We'll let you divulge what you think and feel. If he's reliable, he's reliable. The tweet has been put out. I felt for a little while that it was going to get done. Now, could it be over and over that line? Ben here says, awesome transfer window. It absolutely has been an absolutely colossal transfer window. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. It has been brilliant to watch unfold. It's been tiring, to be fair, this year. Actually, probably more tiring than many other transfer windows that I've covered. And maybe that's because it was cycled in with the Euros and there was all that to kind of go through and look at as well. But Kylian Mbappé could be on his way to Real Madrid. I think the majority of us sort of expected that deal to happen at some point, at some moment in the future. And probably about now, to be fair. I mean, he's got 1 year remaining on his contract. He isn't going to sign a new deal with Real Madrid. So am I surprised that he's moving on? Am I surprised that he wants out? Am I surprised that it's now that he's looking to do it? Not really. It feels about the right time to go out there and to get this done. It feels like it's the right time for him to look towards moving on. The annoyance surrounding PSG tells me that there isn't this. If they were keeping him, I feel like there would be this cool, calm, and collected approach. There isn't. There seems to be frustration. There seems to be anger. I wouldn't quite call it panic from Paris Saint-Germain, but there certainly isn't this tone of it being. There isn't this sort of tone um, that it's off or isn't going to go ahead or anything like that. So we've just updated the lower third at the bottom there. We had the wrong one up. But there we go. A lot of people writing Koundé hype in here. Listen, the Koundé deal is going to close out as soon as the the Zuma deal can be announced. But I just saw the Mbappé news and thought we'd come and talk about it this evening. This time of the year, everything intensifies massively in relation to the transfer window, and it simply has to. It simply has to be pushed forward in relation to that. Interesting, some more breaking news here from H. Grimes, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. H. Grimes says, yes, it's official. It's official. Mbappe to Real Madrid. End of the saga. Never doubt my news. Cheers, your queen. Is what's been put out just a few moments ago. Mbappe will move this summer to Real Madrid. That is from H. Grimes, who has put this news out now. There's two sources now that are considered highly credible across social media. Mbappe to Real Madrid. Done. Dusted. Over the line is what the claim is, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings in relation to this Mbappe, a Real Madrid player? And what does it do, in your view, to the Champions League? You know, they're not one of the favorites. I think there's something like 6th or 7th favorites, maybe even lower down the pecking order. Could this be the signing that's needed to suddenly make them be where they want to be? You know, get them back into that race. Such an interesting one, such an interesting piece of business here that's going on. Interesting news that is circulating. Nothing yet from Fabrizio Romano. Nothing yet from any of the big French correspondents. Everybody is waiting on that. Everybody is waiting on that one to be announced and to be pushed forward. But there we go. There we go. A lot of you saying here, Terry, talk about Ronaldo. I don't know what to say about Ronaldo, really, other than the move to Man City keeps looking more and more promising from his point of view. People keep expecting me to, I don't know, be angry, be frustrated, scream and shout. I'm not going to do that. I'm not angry in that way. I'm simply not. Would I have preferred? Would I have preferred for him to go somewhere else? Absolutely. But it is what it is, and the deal feels like it really could happen. I've read a number of stories this evening that the deal to Man City is closing in. That the deal is being progressed as it stands, and it could happen. Personal terms, I believe, won't be too much of an issue. There's still a fee to be looked at, and there's a lot of work to do on a legal basis. But Real Madrid could sign Cristiano Ronaldo. It is a distinct possibility, and it's something that Manchester United fans have just got to accept. I think it is what it is. And I'm a very objective person when it comes to these types of situations. I don't allow my feelings for Ronaldo compared to, say, my feelings for Phil Jones to dictate my morality on the situation. Your morality shouldn't change based upon your emotional connection or feeling towards a particular individual. You should be judging them on the merit of their action as opposed to what you think and feel about them. When it's people you don't know, when it's family, when it's close friends, when it's your children, of course you're going to act subjectively always. But would we be angry if a player that we disliked who played for Man United moved to City? Nah, not really. Therefore, we have no moral standing to be upset when a player that we love and respect is doing it. You may ask, well, where's the respect? Why isn't he paying us respect by not going there? You know, if Man United had to do something that was disrespectful to Ronaldo to progress ourselves, you would all ask for Man United to do it, and you'd celebrate it at the same time. So, yeah, it's not too much of a bother for me. I don't really pull on that kind of pseudo-moralistic stance that people do. I am holier than thou. I think it's BS. How does this Mbappe move compare to Ronaldo to Real Madrid? I think it's a little bit different. Ronaldo's move to Real Madrid was bigger because Ronaldo had already established himself officially as the best player in the world, Ballon d'Or winner, Champions League winner. And he was a little bit further down the line. I'm going to sound a little bit offensive probably here to Kylian Mbappé, a player that I have tremendous respect for. I think he's amazing. But he's an individual who, when I look at him, I feel like he needs to start delivering in one of the major leagues. Officially now, coefficient-wise, they're not even in the top 5 leagues now. Ligue 1. They're the 6th biggest league in Europe. And he's done it internationally, and he's done it in the Champions League, there's no doubt. But for the consistency, and this is where the irony comes in when people try to defend him. And you're wrong for doing it. We all talk about how winning the league is the hardest thing to do. So if winning the league is the hardest thing to do, to perform consistently across a league season is also therefore harder than performing well at a World Cup. Performing, when you're a top-class player, doing it in some Champions League knockout games. The hardest thing to do is be consistent over a full season in one of the hardest leagues in the world. And La Liga is the 2nd hardest league in the world to do it in. So I'm really proud of Kylian Mbappé looking to move to La Liga. He knows to have a deep, long-lasting legacy in the game. Doesn't matter what he does in the French leagues. Doesn't matter what he does for PSG in the Champions League to a degree. Doesn't even matter what he does on an international level. The base foundation to having legendary status in the game stems from what you do at league level in one of the top 4 leagues in England. It always has, and it always will do. Now, if he goes to La Liga and he's killing it, you then couple that in with what he's already done in the Champions League and what he will go on to do in the Champions League, what he's already achieved on an international basis. The reason why, it's just especially in the modern day game where the majority of football is centered around European football. It isn't like 50, 60 years ago where, South American football was much stronger than it is now comparatively to European football. It simply isn't the case. So he has to move. He has to move on to that point. There's no doubt about it now as it stands. Some breaking news from Fabrizio Romano to go to as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get me past 500 likes. This, remember, is my stream, but it is your show, so get it done. Big news here from Fabrizio. Oh, Ronaldo. Manchester City are working on outgoings to proceed to an official bid for Cristiano Ronaldo from Juventus. Raheem Sterling could leave Man City if the right bid arrives. Cristiano Ronaldo, he wants to leave. Gabriel Jesus will stay as Pep wants to keep him. Raheem Sterling available in the market, according to Fabrizio Romano. And this couples in massively. Hugely, with what Mr. Dean Jones and I spoke about many, many weeks ago. If Grealish and Kane come in, who could leave? I always looked at Raheem Sterling being the man whose head could be on the chopping block. The last 6 months of his Man City career of last season were not particularly great. Remember, I don't care about the PR. I don't care about the BS. I know for a cast iron fact, Man City offered Raheem Sterling to Arsenal as part of their deal to sign Alexis Sanchez all them years ago. Raheem Sterling has had a brilliant career at Man City, but Pep Guardiola is looking to cash in on him. I always knew Raheem Sterling could always end up being the individual that we're going to cut rid of. I always felt it. Raheem Sterling out. Cristiano Ronaldo in. Man City are now working towards the bid to bring the greatest football player in the history of football to the Etihad Arena. Of course, Man United royalty joining Manchester City. This is drawing ever, ever closer. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on this. This is gargantuan news this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Man United fans everywhere in bits, in absolute bits in relation to this. Absolute bits in relation to it. It really, really is. I'm not in shock. That isn't the right word for it. I'm actually just excited because this is good news. Man United fans, you are missing a trick. This stops, in my opinion, Man City from getting Haaland next year, or at the very least makes it much, much harder indeed. Kieran Trippier trending now. Why is Kieran Trippier trending? Why is Kieran Trippier trending? A comment here from Mark Goldbridge who says, I despair. Man United are now offloading Dalot on loan at the end of the window to go back and spend 20 million on Trippier. Face it, this window is ending up like every other. Complete shambles. Mark Goldbridge thinks it's a shambles. Goldie! It is not a shambles. Kieran Trippier is better than Dalot will ever be at football. He's better than Dalot. I don't care how tricky he looks. I don't care how nice he looks. Kieran Trippier. And I knew. That's one of my headline titles, Niguez and Trippier on. As I said at the beginning of this show, it relates into what we spoke about many, many times on the Done Deal show. Best football transfer show around. You're going to see it build up over the next few years, and you're going to look back and go, you're all lucky viewers. You'll be like, I was there at the start of the Done Deal show. Look at it now. The Kieran Trippier move and the midfielder move were dependent on Man United moving players out, as per every other team. So again, calling it a shambles is a disgrace. Like, legit, right? And look, Mark's great. He's entitled to his opinion. It's not a panic buy. Anyone trying to twist it into saying it's a panic buy, we tried to buy him at the beginning of the Euros. He was always a big target for us. It's someone we want to bring in to the team. But we couldn't get rid of the players. Like the majority of teams have struggled to get rid of their players. Liverpool barely got rid of anyone. Got the best director of football in the business. City have struggled to get rid of players. Man City have struggled to get rid of players. Chelsea have done it in the last couple of weeks. Arsenal struggled to get rid of players. Spurs, same thing. How many teams have really been able to get rid of their players? Not many people. So it honestly, I honestly mean this. It's a ridiculous notion to think that this is us panicking at the last moment. This was all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan. Now we have to land these players. If we let Dalot go, if we let Lingard go and we buy nobody else, I'll be massively frustrated. But Kieran Trippier is a better player now than Dalot will ever be. In the Prem, for Man United, ever. Defensively, superior tenfold. Tenfold. He will always, at 42 years old, he'll be a better defender than Dalot. There is no doubt about it. As we said at the top of the show, Dortmund are now heavily looking at trying to bring Dalot on loan. That's on them. Happy days. Merry Christmas to you. That's what they're going to do. Kieran Trippier in, Dalot out. Brilliant business by Manchester United Football Club. Absolutely impeccable. Impeccable business. Impeccable business. If that is indeed true. If that is indeed true. Huh. Confirmed. Cristiano Ronaldo has definitely decided to leave Juventus. He has asked the club to be sold. He has asked the club to be sold. Well, he's asked the club to sell him. When it says he has asked the club to be sold, he hasn't asked the club owners to sell the club. That's how that reads. It's like, no, that don't sound right when I say it out loud. Cristiano Ronaldo on his way out. On his way out of Juve. If a deal can be struck, an official transfer request has now gone in. Oh my giddy gosh. Man like Indiana here says it's not a shambles, but it's not a great window. Sancho is last year's deal. We need the midfielder and right back. See, bruv, he wasn't last year's deal. He's this year's deal. We didn't get it done last year. And when we didn't get him done, we went then went and looked at other priorities. Ahmad wouldn't have been signed last year. We then went and got Cavani. Those deals probably wouldn't have happened if Sancho would have come in. So we then reprioritized. And that's the way it kind of works, really. You could look at it the other way, and you're a big Cavani fan, brother. So you can look at it the other way and say last year was an even better window because we signed a player ahead of time. You know, that's not how it always works. It's been an impeccable window for Man United so far. It could become okay, very good window. It could become absolutely gargantuanly good, because we are also looking at a midfield player. And as reported by Marsa earlier on today, and we're not discrediting, we're beyond discrediting outlets now, because AS reported something earlier that's now come true, and everyone says they're unreliable. Man United are intent on signing Sal Niguez. That's the news that's coming out now of Spain. Of course they are. And I quote tweeted, there is a but here. Like, we do need to get Lingard moved on. What I've read in relation to Manchester United is that Man United are willing to better the offer into Atletico Madrid. So maybe with an obligation as opposed to an option to buy. If they can't do that, they will offer a bigger loan fee. So they're going to try and gazump Chelsea. They're not going to make this overtly public right now. They're protecting themselves from bad PR, but they are. Well, I'm not protecting them. I'm telling you as it is. CR7 isn't in the GOAT debate simply based on football ability. This guy doesn't touch Messi, Maradona, Cruyff, R9. Even statistically, Messi is ahead. I think to not put Cristiano Ronaldo's technical ability as a football player across you can't compare it. But in his pomp, one of the best dribblers you'll ever come across in your life. Great at crossing the ball. Wonderful header. Could even put a little tackle in when he needed to. Strong. Left-footed. Right-footed. Can play through the middle. Can play through the center. Can play through the center. Can play from the left. Can play from the right. Has adapted himself from a traditional right-sided winger to an inside forward on the right, to an inside forward on the left, to a prolific number 9 all-round striker that could hold the ball up. Could score penalties. Could score free kicks. Could take corners. This player is so technically gifted. He played in the multitude of positions. To suggest that he isn't in the GOAT conversation, I think it is malpractice to football. The Prem is going to get richer with CR7. Syria is done. Yeah, there we go. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised in relation to that. Wow, another update here. Ronaldo to Manchester City is getting close. Juventus are waiting for Manchester City's official bid to arrive in the next few hours to reach an agreement as soon as possible. Ronaldo wants to leave and he won't be available for the next match. Mendes is now discussing Ronaldo's contract with Manchester City. He is closing in on becoming a Manchester City player, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. It gets closer by the second. Closer by the second. Thank you very much, Kobe, for the shout out there to go to it. Oh, wow. Damn. It is legitimately happening, or in the process of happening. It is on the way to happening. Cristiano Ronaldo is highly likely right now to become a Manchester City player. And I am so happy about it. Haaland, baby. Haaland, baby. Haaland, baby. And do you know what it also means, right? Something that Fabrizio's got wrong when he said that, because he came out with that quote. Didn't you remember that quote he came out with where he said something along the lines of, what's their names? I've got to remember their names here. That Manchester City don't tend to sign their second choices. They are so desperate for that Champions League. That's what they're doing. Haaland. Honestly, I don't feel that much pain towards it. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. He did great things for Manchester United. That's it. It's over now. If he goes somewhere else, he goes somewhere else. Who wants to come on and have their say? Anybody want to have a little chit chat? Anyone feeling a bit down, a bit in the dumps, want to talk about this? I know a lot of you seem very, very upset, especially Manchester United fans. If you want to come on, if you want to have your say, let's get this stream to 500 likes and we'll open up the lines. I wasn't going to do it, but I am now. Why didn't Man United buy Ronaldo? Honestly, it would be stupid business from Manchester United. It would be silly business indeed. But it would be silly business indeed for Manchester United to do that. Like, honestly, it would. Because Man United need to be focusing on the future. City don't need to focus on the future. City almost a fool not to focus on the future. What makes you think City won't go for Haaland with Ronaldo? Money. I think it would be too expensive next year to do that. That's my only I could be wrong. I'm talking, forget the transfer fee is the small bit. It's the 400 grand a week. By the way, Man United can't be able to afford it. But there we go. Smash that like button. When we hit 500, we open up those lines, ladies and gentlemen. But Cristiano Ronaldo, he is on his way. I'm going to say it now. He's on his way. He is on his way to Manchester City to play with Jack Grealish. He is on his way to Manchester. I wonder how Harry Kane is feeling. I wonder how Harry Kane is feeling right now. Imagine Ronaldo goes there and wins it all. Imagine he goes there and he wins everything he can, everything. Imagine he wins it all. Imagine how Kane's going to think. That was my move. You took my move, Ronnie. Can you imagine? Oh, he must be, honestly, I know he scored tonight, but I bet he's feeling pain right now. One sec, peeps. Why is it not working? Why is this not doing what I want it to do? Oh, I know why. Hang on. Sorry, my computer's just froze on me. There we go. That's better. I've got an update for you on this. Right, someone's asked me to go and check something. I'm going to go and check it now. I'm going to go and check this now. Terry, check Damasio. I'm checking man like Damasio now. Damasio is back to being a GOAT again this year. He got a lot of stick a year ago. He's back to being, he's getting back towards his best. What's this? I don't read. What does it say in English? Where's the translate button? Yeah, he said that Juve and Ronaldo is over. Yep, totally get that one there. And also said go and check the City Extra account. Let's see what City Extra is saying here. Obviously, I know the boys at City Extra. I'm doing a collab with them soon, I think. Oh my God. Manchester City to make a 30 million euro offer for Cristiano Ronaldo tomorrow. Tomorrow, that bid is coming. It's on its way. Oh my God. Oh my days. It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be a Manchester City player. Done, dusted. It's there. It's happening. Man City will offer 30 million. Look at that super chat in there from Lang and Sweet. It's done. My brother referred to the Football Terrace show to me 2 months ago, and I believe it to be the best show on YouTube. Big up to you, Terry. Thank you, my brother, for that wonderful confidence. You know, maybe one day, if everyone just hit the like and share button, the world would see it. That's all I need from you guys. Zuma deal may have hit a hitch. Check X's tweets. Oh, wow. Is there now? Man, like ex-West Ham employee. What's happened there? Hang on. What's being said there? Why can't I find it? Found him. What's he said? What has he said here? Hopefully there's nothing to worry about, but just further medical inquiries happening. It's medical inquiries. That's cool. I've seen his tweet. That's fine. X is really good. He says nothing major, just some medical inquiries going on there. Where are we at with the likes now? Are we past 500 yet? We're nowhere near 500 likes to open up the phone lines, people. Let's get it done. Red Devils here says, for F's sake, Ronaldo, not happy with him there. And I hear you on that. Terry, you should have told us Ronaldo was going to City weeks ago. No one knew he was going to City weeks ago. In fairness, I did a story on it on my website, and a lot of journalists very close to Ronaldo only a week ago said it was fake news. And I remember getting dogs abuse from people for even talking about it, for even mentioning it as a potential deal that could go through. And it now turns out that it's absolutely bang on. Turns out that it is now absolutely Bang on. Bang on. So accurate. So correct. So right. So where it needed to be. So whatever, and do you know what? Whatever, I don't remember who the publication were. Whoever the first publication were, needs to be. It was actually. I'll tell you who it was. It was. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to put their name in the comment section. And everybody said that this publication, and I'm going to spam them for a minute into the comment section, were like trash, and nobody believed them. Now turns out they were absolutely spot on. Where's the apologies to him? I'm going to give him an apology because I didn't believe him, but it turned out to be absolutely right. Absolutely right in relation to that. Absolutely right in relation to it. Turned out to be spot on. And I always like to call out that and give people their flowers when they deserve it. Whoever, like, you know what I mean? Like, people gave them a lot of stick, gave them a lot of crap, like, when they put this news out. And that's why I keep saying to people, we've got to stop doing this as a people now, disrespecting news when it comes out just because we don't like who they are or what they've said. Honestly, it's actually become embarrassing for us, just as people. Like, they were the ones who broke it, and we all laughed at them. Turns out they were bang on, right? 24th that came out. 24th that came out, and it got ripped to smithereens. It got ripped into. Smithereens. And I'll put it up on the screen. That was the headline of their paper. And that got ripped into, and everyone said they were liars. Oh, they're not credible, Terry. Why are you even mentioning it? Can we now quit? When a report comes out, let's talk about it. Not, oh, I don't like that publication, so it can't be true. Man, come on, we're not idiots, are we, out here? We're not babies out here. We can have grown-up conversations. Surely. They were spot on. Everybody owes them an apology. AS today, getting stuff right. You know, TalkSport yesterday with the Madrid bid for Mbappe. Nah, it's TalkSport, why are you believing them? Bang on right. Stop disregarding so many outlets, so many sources. Legit. People have got to stop doing it. Wow, another report coming out here that Ronaldo has said goodbye to his teammates. It is really and truly over. It really is. Okay, we're nearly on the 500 like mark here, so I'm going to share the link in the comment section. Let's get it out there now. Let's get that link out there. I've spammed it into the comment section if you want to phone up and have your say. But Cristiano Ronaldo, he is going to be a Man City player. Whether you will like it, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you like it. It is going to be a cast iron fact of life. Cast iron fact of life. You have to learn to deal with it, people. Especially the weak one. The weak ones are really going to struggle with this. They're going to cry. They're going to boo-hoo. But he's going to be a Man City. Fuck, Jesus Christ. What a window. What a window we've had. Right, first caller of the night that we're getting on here now is going to be Zion. Zion's a Chelsea fan. What are you saying, brother?
You're right, Terry.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. What an evening of transfer news. Give me your thoughts.
Forget about what evening, or what a window this has been. You know, I've never seen such a great window, in my opinion. I mean, you've seen deals that have come out of nowhere that we never thought that we would see anyway. I mean, Ronaldo's City, that's massive. Not only for Ronaldo himself, but that's massive for City because, let's be real, City are trying to do this for now because they want to win that Champions League. Let's be real. Pep is only going to be here until 2023, for what people are saying as well. So This is probably, in my opinion, their last chance. And if they bring Ronaldo in, they've got a chance. But will Ronaldo do it again in the Premier League? I think he will, but we just got to see how he, because the league's got tougher. You got better strikers now in here.
Mate, yeah. No, you're absolutely spot on. Whether or not you're actually right, it is for the here and now for Man City. Which, you know what, I've had a lot of Man City fans tell me I'm a hater in recent years because I've suggested that there's a lot of pressure on Pep Guardiola to win the Champions League. No. This just proves there is a lot of pressure on.
This is the thing. Pep's under pressure because he's won Champions Leagues with Messi. He's won it with Messi, and he came to City, and City wanted one thing from Pep, and that was the Champions League. He hasn't delivered, and this is where all the pressure's on Pep Guardiola. I think obviously Pochettino as well got pressure, especially with the team that PSG have got up, you know. And I think Man City are huge pressure as well. I mean, last season it was their best chance. They could have beaten us, you know. He tinkered with his team, and the pressure's got to be on Pep because, you know, it just shows that without Messi he can't win a Champions League trophy. And now Ronaldo comes in, and he still can't do it. Pep won't be in the brackets of, you know, the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
You know, I actually, you know, clear that because Sir Alex Ferguson's won Champions League trophies. You know, he didn't need like certain players, you know, to get it, you know, done for him. The team was there. You had the unified of the team. Pep is just like, you can win league titles. Tuchel can do that. You know, Tuchel can win league titles and, you know, be named in the West Ham, but he won't be the best manager. You know, that's what with Pep is. Pep, without Messi, can't win the Champions League title. And if he can, he's going to prove us wrong. But I don't think he will because he's just the way he is. But he can't be, you know, in the bracket of Sir Alex Ferguson if he can't win a Champions League, you know, with Man City. That Barcelona team, when what he managed, was a super team. I mean, look at the players he had in there. And that midfield, that attack. I mean, you know, that was a very young team as well. But he spent over £1 billion, you know, pounds on this Man City team. Ever since he's come to Man City, the owners have splashed the cash for him. And, you know, and people will say, fans will always say for Man City that, oh, Pep has won us titles. Pep has, you know, got us on the map, you know, and got us on the radar of being the best team in the league. But forget, why did you sign him? You signed him for the Champions League, and he hasn't got you that. So I think it's a mission failed if he leaves, you know, in 2023 without a Champions League.
It is, and I said it earlier. We've got some more breaking news to go to in just a second, but I said it tonight. It isn't just a failure for Pep. It's a failure for City. If you look through Premier League history, just Premier League history, and look at how long it took Fergie from taking over Man United in a shambles to win a Champions League, how long it took Roman from buying Chelsea and taking them away from near extinction to winning the Champions League. If you look at FFG's journey, taking over Liverpool when they're on the skin of their arse and turning them back into Champions League winners. Man City, it's what, 13 years now by the end of this season that they've been 13 years. They have to win a Champions League soon. By the time Pep leaves, it'll be 14 years since they've had the billions of pounds have started to be invested. They have to do it. PSG, 10 years now, they've had this money at their football clubs. It's the same difference. You have to win that trophy. At the end of the day, you are not, I say this with chess, you're not a great manager until you've won it at the elite end, and you're not a status club until you've won it. You have to win that trophy to be amongst them. You just have to. And Man City need to win it every bit as much as Pep Guardiola needs to win it again if he's to move into that kind of greatness. He's already a great manager, but I think what he wants is to go into that echelon of being spoken about as one of the top 5 maybe of all time. That's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Zion, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. We've got some breaking news to bring you. Then Mr. Sam Tonks is coming on. We've got man like Sunshine backstage. We've got Ben backstage, Donny James. We're going to get you all on. Sam, who does our graphics, is actually backstage as well. But some big breaking news. PSG have now accepted to negotiate with Real Madrid for Mbappé after they received the new bid. They have not rejected the offer, and the clubs are now in talks to reach an agreement. Kylian Mbappé looks highly likely to become a Real Madrid player. Ronaldo to become a Manchester City player. This is absolutely massive. This is gargantuan. This is massive. This is a heifer lump. This is... And Man United, we're also on course to go after Kieran Trippier. Let's go. Kieran, yes, trippers. We got Sancho and Champions League Varane, to be fair. Super chat here says, how is Fergie amongst the best when it comes to the Champions League? Complete flop, just 2. Pep embarrassed him. Pep rebuilt Barca in a year with youth and won the treble. He didn't rebuild them in a year. He made adjustments to an already amazing squad that Rijkaard had to do the history right. And he did school Fergie. But we have to be very, very mindful here. He schooled Fergie at the end of Fergie's career. If Fergie was 50 years old, he'd have stayed for the fight. Pep was the only manager really to get the better of Fergie. But that's because Fergie was at the end of his time. So, you know, you're talking about, it's like watching a world-class boxer lose one of his last fights to one of the up-and-coming superstars of the future. It isn't fair to compare them. But you can't discount what Fergie did at Aberdeen in Europe either, when things like the UEFA Cup and Cup Winners' Cup were gargantuan trophies. So you need to understand the history of football before making such an outlandish claim, in my opinion, bro. Why are you guys making it look as if Man City is not here to stay? We will be here forever. I'm not saying you won't be here forever. I'm not saying it's, you know, the season finale is coming soon and we're not at our thirst is quenched. But if you start going 15, 20, 25 years without winning a Champions League after this investment, it becomes embarrassing. It becomes every year that goes by, it's more of a problem. So you do want to win it. There's massive pressure, and Pep wants to be the guy to do it. If Pep wins a champion, Pep's already the greatest manager in the history of a club. If he does this and wins a Champions League, it's pure legacy. And then he has legacy at 2 clubs. I don't think he'll go down as one of the greatest ever managers at Bayern Munich, but he will at Barca, and he could at City. If he wins that Champions League, it's 2 places where he's achieved total greatness. He hasn't achieved greatness yet at City because he hasn't lifted the Champions League. No manager is great until they win the Champions League. And then when you look at your tenure at a club, they're not great. It's why Thomas Tuchel needs 2 league titles and he surpassed Jose Mourinho at Chelsea. Pure hard facts here. Pure hard facts. Sam Tonks is on with me now. Smash that like button, people. Oh, what a... Yes, Sam Tonks here from Give Me Sport. How are you, mate?
Oh, good, mate. You know what? This is what we all needed in football. I think, like, fans are back. You know, everyone's like the first 2 weeks of the Premier League. I'm a gooner. I can separate my love for Arsenal because we're crap and my love for football. Football is just buzzing right now, mate. We got Ronaldo on the move, back to the Prem. Messi's at a new team. We've got Mbappé to Real Madrid. This is exactly what football needed. Like, imagine if the Super League had gone through. You know, we wouldn't be getting this. We wouldn't be getting Champions League, Messi v Ronaldo. And then you've got AC Milan back in the big time against Liverpool. Like, this is exactly what football needed. A shake-up, different players at different teams, mix it all up. Yeah, I'm gassed Ronaldo's coming back. I'm not going to lie. I have no affiliation. I have no horse in the race. But I'm gassed that Ronaldo's coming back. And I'm gassed to see United fans crying everywhere because they're saying his legacy's done. It's mad.
Yeah, I mean, for me, his legacy isn't done at all. I mean,
No,
I'm not upset like a lot of Man United fans are. I maybe a part of me should be. I'm just simply not. It is what it is. I'm focused on what my club is doing. I'm focused on what Man United are trying to achieve, and that's the only thing I'm really concerned about, if that makes sense. And
yeah.
But then everybody's entitled to, you know, to their own sort of standpoints on these things. But for me, I just look at it from the point of view of I'm a bit like you. I actually think it's not a bad thing for Man United in the longer term. I think it gives us more of an opportunity to sign Haaland next year. Some people will disagree with that, but it's my opinion. Mbappe as well after Real Madrid, as you say, that's another big move. The Premier League's got lots of things going on though. Sal Niguez could be coming here, which is, again, that's a massive transfer as well.
Really underrated. You know what? I can't believe more people aren't in for Sal. He's a baller. Like, I've seen all the goals, the Bayern goal, he's key man for Atleti. I'm a bit gutted Arsenal aren't involved in that conversation because we need another midfielder. I don't know if we're going in for Aouar still. Don't know what's going on there. But about City, you're right about they have to win the Champions League now because I relate it to Arsenal. Obviously, we didn't have the money and investment that City do, but at the time we had one of the best teams in Europe, the world, whatever, the Invincibles. And that couple years where we won the league, we should have gone on the Champions League, bottled it to Chelsea. Then we lost to Bayern. Then we finally got to the final. and then, you know, red card, last minute winner, whatever. And now look at us now. We're nowhere near. We've fallen off so far, and City won't fall off as far as Arsenal, but they won't have as guaranteed a success as they do with one of the best managers the world's ever seen at the helm. They might not get Poch. They might not get another global success in charge like Pep for a while. So it's massive they're getting Ronaldo, because he's going to be, I think he's a better fit than Kane as well, actually, because Kane likes to, you know, drop deep, be a bit of a trequarista, like setting up. But Ronaldo in the box, getting service from Grealish, De Bruyne, Mahrez, I mean, he's going to score, maybe, he might even score 40 goals again. It's going to be mad.
No, it's going to be huge, mate. Sam, bruv, thanks for coming on and having your say this evening. Appreciate it. See you soon, mate. You in the studio? You in work tomorrow?
No, I've got, I'm editing lots of stuff. So you'll have to put up with a couple of other fellas.
No worries, mate. I'll see you soon, mate. I'll see you soon.
Mate.
Top, man. That's Sam Tonks there from Give Me Sport. One of my colleagues over there. D1 says Mourinho battered Fergie. Check the head-to-heads. In head-to-heads, maybe. But Fergie saw him off. He saw him off. You know, Fergie was part of the reason he got sacked. Barked him away. Got rid of him. And that's the most important bit. Man like Sunshine is coming on with me next. We have a super chat that says Sancho to United is good business, but Ronaldo to City is an abomination. Grow up. There we go. Is it the big? I'm about to say, did I say that? No, somebody else did. So I didn't say that. But there we are. I think it's a good move. Sunshine's coming on with me now, though. Welcome back to the terrace, mate.
Ronaldo, bro?
I'm good. Ronaldo going to City, mate. Give me your thoughts.
Oh, I was hoping we could talk about Trippier still, like, do you know what I mean? Because Ronaldo to City, woohoo! But I'm hurting, man. I'll be honest. I'll keep it real. I am fuming. I'm hurting. I'm vexed at my younger self for supporting Ronaldo. Like, my dad took me to go. Listen, my dad, surprised me with some random tickets, picked me up from my Marges, and surprised me to go to watch him against Charlton. He was on the bench that game, and I was literally staring at the bench the whole game. Don't watch the game. Staring at the whole bench waiting for my man to come on. He came on with like 10 minutes to go. I was like, oh my God, dad. Like, Ronaldo's coming on. I'm so excited. And that little inner kid, man, his dreams have been shattered. But the grown me, based on what I feel Ronaldo is in terms of a professional, in terms of just a natural athlete. Take my loyalty to United and bias to one side and my upset and pain. Ronaldo is a born when he just wants to win everything and anything. And I'll be honest, I don't feel that he wouldn't have been offered to United just out of respect, because I think he does have the respect to United. However, he is more loyal to his own goals and gains, and he's always been that way. That's not a negative thing. That's just the type of person he is. That's why he's a born winner. That's why he is what he is. And if he goes to City, quite evidently, it's either the fact that no one else could get him, no one else could afford his wages potentially, or they just didn't fit. And even if United wanted to go and get him, I mean, I've only just recently found out about Cavani choosing to play for Uruguay, so we may miss out. That opens a slight window to go, oh, now you have a reason to get Ronaldo, because you've only got one strike ultimately for half a season. But even then, realistically, he's just not gonna fit United because we've got Cavani. It's as simple as that. So I can't expect him to come back, mate, as much as I'd love him to. It's a frustrating one.
Mate, I totally get that. And I think, you know, there is the Man United fan in me. I do feel it. But then I don't know, as I've got older, I just think about things a little bit more objectively and a bit more. He has been offered to us. I think that's been quite widely reported. He's been offered to Man United and we've said no. And actually, I think if we signed him, our fans would be infuriated. Let's put that money into a younger up-and-coming player. Equally, Ronaldo's got his own legacy to build. And one thing that's motivated Ronaldo his whole career has been to be the best football player ever. How many interviews have we seen with him? How many times have we seen Rio or Patrice Evra speak about the dedication he has to the game? He loves Man United on a personal level, but he's a professional. And he's seen that this is all because of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi winning the international tournament this summer, the Copa America, and moving to PSG, where he's guaranteed domestic trophies. He's guaranteed to score an abundance of goals. And on top of that, he could win the Champions League. Ronaldo's panicking. Ronaldo's panicking, and he now needs to make a move to a club. If Juve were the same force they were 4 or 5 years ago, he wouldn't be leaving. He's leaving because he knows they can't win the Champions League. And he also knows that he's not good enough anymore because of his age to like carry a decent team all the way to a Champions League victory. Like we saw, like we could see with that Ronaldo with the Real Madrid team. Since he's left, they've been nowhere near the same side, especially in the Champions League. So he needs to go to a team that he could be the cherry on top of the icing. And Man City fit. Man City really fit with what Ronaldo needs to achieve. And he wants to, like, if he could win one more Champions League, if he could be a top goal scorer in and win another Premier League, that gazumps anything that Messi does at PSG, because we all know that the Premier League's a harder league. I completely sympathize with why he's doing it. The fan in me thinks wanker. But then at the same time, I don't know. On a real level, could I expect Ronaldo to give up his dream of maybe being regarded the greatest ever to not hurt Man United fans' feelings? I don't know. I think he's more inclined to want to be remembered as the greatest footballer ever than he is to be remembered as a Man United legend. And I know that hurts us, but at the same time, I do understand it. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, 100%. And this is what I was saying. Like, put my bias to one side, put my attachment to him as a young kid. Do you know what I mean? I understand. I feel like I understand him. Hence why he went to Real Madrid. That's his boyhood club. He'll have a part of his career where he's like, I was made here. I was born here. Fair play, cool. But moving on, he's not pushing that to one side. He's always paid ownership. His honours, to Fergie and United and the team, gigs, goals. He's always done that. So it's not like he's forgetting that, but he is his own man. He's a professional first. He loves to win. And if he goes to City, it's just one of those bitter things where when you weigh everything up, it's just, I'm not even going to say it's the right move. For Ronaldo, he may feel it's the right move. And you can't complain at that. But bloody hell, man, like, it hurts more than anything, man.
I totally
Crazy.
get it. And I feel it as well, mate. I really, really do. Listen, Sunshine, amazing. Thanks for coming back on the show, mate. And I'll speak to you again soon. Top man. Thank you very much indeed. We've got some more super chats to do here, but please let's get the likes past at least 8. We can hit 800 likes tonight, can't we, ladies and gentlemen? Live on the I was only going to come on for 20 minutes, and the news has just continued to flow. We've even changed the title of the video. Remember, we did also speak tonight, roundup actually for all of you. So Mbappé to Real Madrid looks done. Looks like they're going to negotiate that out now. Man City look very close to getting Cristiano Ronaldo. Neither of those things were confirmed when we went live, but in the last 53 minutes have happened. But Man United are working hard to bring in Sao Niguez and to bring in Kieran Trippier to the club. Lingard could be on his way to West Ham, with the low going to Borussia Dortmund. This could open up the way massively for Man United to complete these 2 deals that they're looking at. And look, I know the pain of Ronaldo, but focus on ourselves for a minute. If we can pull these, it's all a big if Man United pull these deals off, Champions League Varane, Jadon the assist Sancho, Sal, who's better than McFred Niguez, and Kieran Trippier, I'll always be better than Delo Trippier. It's a very good summer for us. We shouldn't be disheartened because of this news. Nabil here says, this is beyond disgusting. You don't let a club legend go to rivals. This is 100% on the owners. If you think Haaland is coming to United, then you are gullible, and don't call yourself a Man United fan ever again. Whoa! Wait, hang on. I need to come a bit closer now. Listen, brother. I have no control about what a club legend does. So to the first point, this is beyond disgusting. You don't let a club legend go to rivals. Would you expect me to hold Ronaldo hostage, lock him up in my garage? Lock him in the cellar with Freya? Hashtag free Freya, free rent. Is that what you expect me to do, Nabil? It's 100% on the owners. What? What has this got to do with the Glazers? I would say 90. So you think the owners should rip up a plan, forget about signing any stars in the future, to sign Ronaldo now, who most Man United fans the other day were saying was washed and finished and over the hill, just to stop City from getting him? Football doesn't work like that. And where you say if you think Haaland's coming, you're gullible. I didn't say Haaland was coming. There's a chance we can get him. Every summer since I've been doing transfer stories for the past 6 years, I'm told the same thing over and over again. Pogba wouldn't join. Zlatan wouldn't join. Mkhitaryan wouldn't join. For this summer, Varane wouldn't join. Sancho won't join. Cavani ain't going Man United. So, excuse me. I was told earlier on this, Lukaku ain't going back to Chelsea. He loves it there. Every single deal that happens, there is a section of fans that say, that's never happening. To disregard the possibility of a transfer, it's malpractice to yourself. You're letting yourself down, Nabil. Now, respect the super chat. You know I do, but I'll always call things as they are. You're letting yourself down, mate. It's a ridiculous notion. It's a ridiculous notion. It's a ridiculous notion to have, my friend. It really is. We had a super chat from Pav. Oh, I'm sorry, Pav. I missed it, bruv. I'm really, really sorry. I'll get it up in a moment, mate. Sorry. Just remember, Man United over Ronaldo. We made Ronaldo. Let's not cry. Got to focus on our club and get back to the glory days. Messi's better than Ronaldo. Listen, I'm still too grown. Like, I appreciate that. Ronaldo's still the greatest football player to ever play football. Like, I'm not going to change my mind about him because he's about to join Manchester City. But Nabil, thank you for that super chat. D1 here says, Ronaldo's not a legend. He loves Fergie, not United. These players are professionals. They don't love the clubs like we do. Pav here says, I would swap Martial to Juve for CR7, but we all know these hierarchies don't have the ambition or balls to make that deal happen. Pav would like that deal to happen, is what he says there. Thank you for that super chat, Pav. Sorry, I missed putting it on the screen. I was indulging with my guy, Nabil. Cavani could be out for about 20 games if he plays for Uruguay with also 10 days isolation. 20 games? 20 games? Why? How have I missed this? Why 20 games? I think Samuel knows. I'm going to speak. Sam's backstage. We're going to get Sam on. Ben's coming up after Sam. I want your thoughts and your feelings on this. How are you feeling about Cristiano Ronaldo? A lot of snake emojis for Cristiano Ronaldo. A lot of them. I'm not saying I'm happy with it, by the way. I'm just saying I'm not emotional about it. I'm not emotional about a lot of things. Honestly, in life, I'm pretty cold like that with most things. Like, people will tell me sad stories and it don't does that mean something's wrong with me? Like, people tell me a really sad story and on the outside I'm saying, oh, it's terrible. Inside I'm thinking, can we stop talking? I think something's wrong with me. I think I've got a problem. I don't feel emotion. I do towards people I care about. That's, you know what I mean? Smash that like button. Why are we not past the 800 like mark yet, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go. Sam's with me now. Come on and have your say. Had to play you in with one of your intros there, brother. This is the man who's been doing all of our new designs. What you saying, bro?
No face, no case, but I had to jump on just to clarify some MEFC points. I was even wearing a blue top earlier. I had to change back to red because we just want to set some standards. Yeah?
Hear you.
So all I wanted to say is this, right? For everyone who keeps saying MUFC are crying, all the fans are crying, Man United is known for their PR stunts, right? You guys know this. Anything for clickbait, anything for tweets, anything for hashtags. We want this PR stunt for Ronaldo to happen because it's all about repurposing. We are going to repurpose all our old Ronaldo content for free because you guys are associating Man United with the Ronaldo, the history. So the PR team are happy. They're like, oh, another tag of, they're looking at all the videos of Ronaldo in them that we used to promote. That's getting more views. They're looking at all the legacy. If you guys subscribe to MUFC TV, you'll see all the legacy videos. That's more views. So realistically, we don't need to buy Ronaldo. We never needed to. We want this to happen because it's the free promotion that we are getting. Which then, if you look at it, if we potentially get Haaland, I've even wrote this down on my iPad, bro. If we look at potentially getting Haaland, imagine then next year's PR stunt, and then the conversations of Haaland's achievements for the future of Man United versus what Ronaldo used to do. Again, it's free marketing, so no one's crying. I'm actually happy. Terry, I think I'm as happy as you, when you're saying, me too, I'm going down the hill going, yeah, I'm happy because it's free PR and this opens up a doorway to potentially getting Haaland. Who else are we going to compete against? I don't know.
Yeah,
What's your-
and I'm still right now, and I could end up being wrong on this. I don't think Haaland wants to play in the same team as Mbappe. I just don't think he does.
Let's go.
You know, this summer alone, I remember Gal got all excited. See, I told you legends would play with legends with Messi when Messi joined. Within the space of 2 weeks of Messi joining, Mbappe's pushed for that move even harder because he wants to be the star man. These players do. That's what they care about. You know?
Ballon d'Or. I've only got one question. It's because you have to understand the Ballon d'Or trophy is something that you need teamwork and you need that one identifiable player in your team to get. And if when you've got too many like PSG, bro, I can see PSG having a great 1 year spell, then collapsing fully. So, you know, that's why we want Haaland. He doesn't want to be with Mbappe. Let them go. It's cool. We got this. I want to hear other people talk. But yeah,
bless up, brother. Bless up. Speak to you soon, top man. Nice one, Sam, with the graphics. There's some more breaking. Someone just said online, Terry is not a Man United fan. He's a football fan. Get that now. I am a football fan, but I do support Man United. I'm just not emotional about it. I'm not going to get angry because, I want Terry to get angry. I just don't do that. You know what I mean? I just don't do that. Here's the breaking news though. The green light to negotiate Mbappe to Real Madrid has begun. More reports coming out here. It's starting to look very, very ominous of PSG. Very, very imminent for Real Madrid. And the Champions League door has just been blown wide open. Wide open. Joe here says the strong ones cry inside. I'm not being strong. I'm not being strong. Maybe it's shock. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning and bawl my eyes out. It just hasn't. It's 36-year-old Ronaldo. Cool. This is what I mean. The same people for 2 years have been telling me he's washed and finished and now telling me to cry that he's joining my biggest rivals. I'm much happier they've got Ronaldo than Harry Kane. So you all now going to admit you lied that he was washed. That's y'all weakness, not mine. That's y'all backtracking, not me. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. That's not me. That's you. I don't get it. Two days ago, he was a wash bum. Now Man United's board should be attacked because we didn't sign him. What? That don't make any sense on any level. Any sense. It ain't tic-tac, tic-tac. It's flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. Ben's on the show with me now. Ben, welcome to the terrace, mate. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I was just saying, I think people overreact sometimes when clubs or managers talk about winning Champions Leagues because it's a very hard thing to do. It's not a simple thing, and you can have luck on your side. You can have all sorts. And look, like Sir Alex won 2 Champions Leagues in X amount of years. It's a hard thing to do. You can try your hardest, but sometimes if luck's not on your side, it can happen. And yeah, I just feel like people overreact sometimes. Like they'll play down managers because they've only won this many Champions Leagues in this amount of years, but not many managers win it that many times.
No,
so, yeah.
I do agree with that. And I mean, what's your take on this Ronaldo news? Do you feel like he's snaking Man United? Do you think that he's right to do what he's doing? Like, how do you feel about it?
I don't like the fact that some people were saying, oh, it's for money. That's completely the opposite. And I think a lot of people know that, but some people were blaming it for money. It's just because Ronaldo wants to win and that's him. United fans shouldn't feel too bad. I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I can't say much, but yeah, United fans shouldn't overreact completely. A lot of people have made the move across Manchester, but I get it. I get why you would be angry, but at the end of the day, you've just got to see in Ronaldo's head he wants to win, and he wants the trophies, and he's not going to get anywhere at Juventus, and he's getting older. That's pretty much it.
Like this is, I'm seeing a lot of people say things like, "I'm just angry that our board haven't done it. Why haven't our board bought it?" I remember seeing these same people only a few days ago over the summer at the Euros talk about how he's washed and finished We shouldn't be signing. Like, what's all the Man United fans calling for Ronaldo to be signed? You were the same Man United fans who were like, we shouldn't sign players that are over the age of 28. Like, the hypocrisy stinks like a sweaty ball bag after a run. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I smell the sweaty bollocks on their breath because they're just, honestly, they've been sucking balls and then talking. It's the biggest load of nonsense. But the problem with it is, look, rivals will come here and try and wind people up. The reason I don't trust the majority of these people is they're ranting and moaning on Twitter, on Insta, on YouTube, purely to attract attention from rival fans to point and laugh at them. And if I'm angry about something, I rant about it. But I'm not that angry. Am I happy he's going there? No. Am I a bit worried about what it's going to do for them in the league? Yes. But I'm not going to rant and rave about a 36-year-old. I was much more fearful of Kane going there. I'd be furious if Haaland was going there. I'm not that angry about Ronaldo, legend or no legend. Ben, thanks for waiting and coming on.
Thank you.
Mate. Appreciate it, bro. Top man. Next up, Sarim is here. He's a Liverpool fan. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm just loving the tears at this moment in time, watching all these United fans crying. The one thing I'm happy about the most, if Ronaldo goes to City, is we can finally put it to rest of this United, like this return of I don't know why, for the last 15 or whatever years, United fans think Ronaldo's going to come back. He was never going to come back. Just live with it and deal with it. And just to see he's going to City, I'm just happy he puts that to bed, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Mate, no, it doesn't. And listen, I don't believe the tears. Like I said, a lot of the Man United fans I've seen on socials that are moaning about it are the same guys that have pushed the don't sign players over the age of 28 for years. They're the same people calling him washed in the summer. They're the same people saying invest in young superstars coming forward. And look, if we end up not signing any more players this summer and next year we don't land Haaland or another top-class striker equivalent, then be angry. But everybody wants to be angry all the time in the here and now and in the present moment. And you can't always. We signed Rafael Varane and Sancho this summer. Like, we've kept Paul Pogba. He might not stay permanently, but I'm just honestly the level of fake outrage. It's absolute.
I agree with you.
Fake outrage. It's fake outrage.
I agree with you with the guys on Twitter and Instagram, whoever are screaming down the mic at this moment in time, saying that United are a disgrace for letting their player, letting Ronaldo go to City like he's one of United's players. Like, another thing that kind of annoys me is like when United fans go, "We made Ronaldo." It's like, no, you didn't make Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a product of himself. And if you want to say a club has made Ronaldo, you can say Sporting Lisbon have made him. Because he went through Sporting's academy all the way up to the age of 17 before you poached them. Let's be honest about that. But in terms of like loving an idol, the only thing I can replace this with was, it kind of reminds me of when Owen joined United. Like, he was the reason why I became a Liverpool fan. And honestly, that day when he joined United, he was just dead to me. And that was the day where I promised myself, it's like, regardless of whichever player plays for Liverpool, whoever I love, have no loyalty, because at the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for them.
And by the way, I understand people that now want to say, that's it, he's dead to me now and whatever. That element I get. I get what Sunshine said. I get what, but the ones that are ranting about it and so we should have signed him, we should have got him, go and get, and this is what I would say, 95% of the people that rant on a daily basis about Man United, if you just sit there and go through their rants and listen back to their rants and listen back to their things, every other day they hypocrisize themselves. Every other day they come out with something that contradicts the previous. It's like, I listened to one guy the other day. I quite like his take on most things, but all I've heard him do for the last year is talk about how stats are not important when you're talking about quality players. But then he won't stop going on about Paul Pogba getting 5 assists in 2 games. And it's like, I personally think 5 assists in 2 games is something to overtly celebrate. First Premier League player I think to ever do it. But when it comes to stats of certain players, they're not important. When it comes to stats of other players, it is. It's like, that's the problem with these people, that all they want to do is shock value, as opposed, and we all rant, we all moan at times. That's natural as football fans. But every day you can't be that angry. Otherwise, like, it can't be real. You're acting. It's like a scene from EastEnders. It's like, I don't believe you, man. And you know what I mean? There's loads coming through now doing it, and it's just, I just sort of look at it and I'm like, I don't believe you're that angry every day. I just don't believe it.
It's the ones that do it over and over again. It's just like, there's no way if you're that angry on a regular basis, I think you really need help, because it's not possible for someone to get this pissed off. Like, I get pissed off at football at times, and sometimes that anger turns into just like, I'm not doing this anymore with myself.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people for a fact to do that. I've got mates who were born and raised during the Fergie era, and the first 2-3 years of post Fergie, it's like they've seen a ghost. Like they didn't know what 7th place was to them and what
No, mate,
mediocrity was.
I agree. I agree, mate. I really, really do. Listen, Sarim, great call. Thanks for all your support, mate, and speak to you
No
again
worries,
soon.
man.
Top man.
Take care.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm really sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Really run out of time tonight. Thank you to every single person who has come onto the show. Listen, any Man United fan that are angry or annoyed at Ronaldo, I respect it. I do respect it. But if you're someone that wants us to sign him, and you have said for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years that we shouldn't sign players over the age of 28, we should be investing in young up and coming players, then you can't say the club should have signed him. There is no standing for that. Everyone who's tuned into the Terrace, a massive thank you. It's all fun and games. Make sure you hit the like and share button. Back tomorrow. Remember, Friday night on the Terrace. Back tomorrow for another episode 2. Make sure you're tuning in for that from 6 p.m. tomorrow. Big live previews of Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's going to be an amazing show. See you all then. Take care.